Hi ladies and gentlemen, Cyber Angel here, doing something kind of unique. I'm actually doing a rant from my webcam. And why is that? Well, this is going to go both in my rants and in my Overwatch videos. And I'm going to go more into depth in this whenever I do some future Overwatch content. But here's the deal. Something that I'm constantly seeing in Overwatch matches is players not switching. it's like it's like I'm the only person. Am I the only person who knows how to do that? Who actually tries to do that to try and switch to another character that might actually be better for the situation? Because I'm starting to think that I am. I'm starting to think that I'm one of the few because that's because no one else on my team really does it. Hell, I just had a game where someone kept saying we need a healer, we need a healer. And what did they do all match? They pretty much stayed as Reinhardt. And it wasn't until the very end of the match that somebody switch over to Lucio, and it's like now someone switches. It's like if you were really that concerned, why didn't you switch over to healer? Because you were being a tank. So I'm seeing a lot of players who are not swapping heroes. They'll keep on trying to use their same hero for the same tactics. Either that, or they're all they're trying to do is that they're trying to build up their ultimate and then pop it, thinking that that's going to be the wave clear that they need, so that way they can push the objective. And and I know for a fact that that's not always the case. I mean, we know. I mean, the players know when the ultimate's coming because we can actually hear them yell out their cry. Um, and it's just getting obnoxious that a lot of people do not switch, and it's getting really irritating that I'm having to be in these matches where players are not learning how to switch. I mean, it's easy. While you're in the spawn room, press H, default key, and then you can choose from 21 different characters, like you did at the start of the game. But no, they just want to stick with one character. I wish I could stick with one character all match. I mean, if I could, that means I'm doing. That means me playing my character is actually doing pretty well. Um, and then I want to talk about two other minor problems that I'm starting to have with some of the players that I'm playing with. The first one is they're not focusing on healers. I mean, the last game we were able to hold them off from at one position for quite some time, but I think during that time, um, the enemy Mercy rezzed their team about like 3 or 4 times during that point. And the time when we finally were able to halt their advance was for I went in and did the other thing that I'm not seeing players do a lot: flank. They're not flanking, and that's the other part that's really irritating me is that players are not trying to flank. I mean, not everyone doesn't have to do it at the same time, but at least it shouldn't just be one player who's going out jungling. There should be more than one. There should be at least two players who are going out jungling, who go around trying to get in behind and take out enemies while they're distracted. So here's the other thing I want. So here's what I'm going to say about this. And it's the fact that like in my last match, we were able to eventually win it while they were like just meters away from winning, meters away from pushing that cart to the final point. At one point, midway through the match, I ended up getting switching over to Farah and just going around back. When I did that, I took out Hanzo. I took out the Mer. I ended up taking out Hanzo. I ended up taking out a Mercy that was constantly healing a Reinhardt, and I was also able to take out a Reinhardt who was just pushing the card and keeping his shield up. I was able to attack him from behind on the other side of his shield, where he was going to take damage, where he's going to take actual physical damage. It's like, am I the only one who knows this little trick? That I don't know, that stuff like Reinhardt's backside is a blind spot. I look at this. I try my best in order to pay attention to this stuff and adapt accordingly. Hell, even some of my efforts as Symmetra when I was just doing that, just going around back, attacking Reinhardt from behind, and making him turn his shield to be pretty much this way, focusing on me, trying to stop the damage from me. Little old Symmetra, who pretty much has this dinky little beam that can't really do that much. At that point, I'm thinking, come on, guys, push the objective, attack it, attack the tank, attack the tank, attack the tank. The tank, his back is turned. You can take him out now. Or focus on a target like that, or even try to take out targets. I gave them opportunities, and it's like, did they capitalize on it? Well, I don't know. I can't really go back into the game and spectate the entire game from a different angle. It's just not possible because the systems aren't set up for Overwatch to do that, and spectating in Overwatch is just abysmal. It just sucks, and I really wish that Blizzard would be able to fix that because I wouldn't have times whenever it's not just oh, you're looking at it from behind. No, you're able to, like, that is that you're able to take the view from like above and be able to see them from that angle. The road currently not taken though, and it's just irritating me that players are constantly doing these three problems. And the biggest sin that they're committing in Overwatch, especially considering that it's a main mechanic of Overwatch, is they're not switching. They're not switching characters. And and let me repeat that. That is a main mechanic of Overwatch. If you've got a character they're not helping to push the objective, you're useless. You need to swap out. You need to swap out. The objective is not the obstacle here. The enemy team is the obstacle. You need to take out that obstacle. The more of them that are down, the more free that you are to push the objective to further your what do you call it? To further your goals. So yeah, players learn how to switch players of Overwatch. Learn how to switch characters. Learn to switch characters. Switch characters. 2. Learn how to flank because attacking an enemy from a blind spot will get them killed and allow you to push the objective. And 3, focus on try to take out support characters like Mercy or Lucio, especially Mercy because she's got that resurrection ability. So yeah, you might have just taken out four members of their team with Widowmaker's scope, but then you know then heroes never die, and all four of them are back up with the other two members of their team. So kind of work, because that four player kill streak doesn't really do that much good when the enemy team is now back up and pushing the objective, now pushing their objective. So yeah, let me see this one more time because I feel like that this needs to be said. Learn to switch player characters if your character is not helping the objective. Learn how to flank enemy characters and shoot them from their blind spots. Learn how to take out support characters or characters that could be big threats to your objective. And in this case, my priority, and let me take this one again on that last note. My priority went Mercy, then Reinhardt. Take those two down, the rest of them can fall like dominoes. I mean, at this point, the only way that me playing as Pharah could be any more terrifying is if I had instead of having a rocket launcher, I had Soldier 76's gun. That's the only way. I cannot say this enough. hold on, maybe I need some context on this one. Because with Pharah, I use her in order to get to spots that maybe the enemy players can attack from, in order to try and scout out the area and take out any threats. Because Pharah, a good aiming Pharah one on one, yeah, a lot of them go down pretty fast. And the fact that I'm from a distance, yeah, I can take them down pretty fast in several different ways, especially with the splash damage that her missiles cause. I mean, hell, I even did that one time. I was just goofing off, and I end up like dosey doing around the shots of a Widowmaker on Watchpoint Gibraltar, and we end up killing each other about the same time. She got me with a shot. Her shot landed in my chest, and my shot pretty much exploded next to her back. So, you know, twin kill or double kill. What would that be considered when two characters on opposite teams kill each other? Whatever. I'm definitely gonna be adding some of this stuff to my upcoming videos on Overwatch, but I just want to iterate this right now one more time because it needs to be said. I cannot repeat this enough. If you're playing Overwatch, the main mechanic of the game is the ability to switch characters. If you're not switching characters, you're not helping your. If you're not switching characters whenever the character that you're using isn't helping to push the objective, your character is useless. So switch out to something that's not useless. Um, Learn how to flank enemies and attack them from their blind spots. Because from their blind spots, they're much more vulnerable and they're not paying attention to that blind spot. Okay, not much more. Not like they take more damage from the from being attacked from the blind spot, but the fact that they're not paying attention to that spot, by the time by the time they realize they're getting attacked, they could already be dead. I think I had that with that's what happened with me and Hanzo in a match. In three, prioritize. Learn how to prioritize enemies, especially the healers, especially Mercy, because she can because mostly because of how good she is at healing and because of her re-res. Can't re-res herself. All right, I'm done with this little rant. Uh, Still having fun with Overwatch, but man, you guys need to learn some tactics. I'm Cyber Angel, and I'm logging off.